I'm not going to get a candle that smells like
Gwyneth Paltrow's vagine.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you're the target demographic.
Of course I'm not, but still. Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg Podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our savage take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast.
Okay. Hello.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the SaVeg Podcast.
Woo woo!
How's everyone doing?
It's good.
How you doing? How you doing,
How
Rose?
you is?
I mean, you be getting excited. You be
Oh my God, I'm
leaving.
leaving in 2 days, my friends. I am going to, London first for a few days, and then I'm going to Morocco because I'm doing a little vegan trip with a company called The Getaway Co.
Ooh.
And it should be a fun time.
Look at you becoming like a travel influencer.
Oh my God, I'm like half a travel influencer.
That's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. Vegan travel.
Speaking of which...
Speaking of which, guys, if we haven't told you enough times
I
already,
think we say every single episode. Is that a problem?
No, you got Daniel. It's first rule of marketing.
Yeah.
Repeat.
Repetition.
There
yes,
you go.
I love it.
So because sometimes people they hear it one time, but then if they hear it 10 times,
it's drilled into your mind.
So what are we repeating today?
So guys, if you don't know already, if this is your first time listening to our podcast, where have you been, first of all? But secondly, Rose and I are going to Thailand and Bali. This is happening in August, guys. All the details are in the links in the show notes, in the description. So basically, if you want to join us, you want to meet the SaVeg Podcast in person, get to see this ambiance, the je ne sais quoi. The details are all down below. Come to Thailand, come to Bali, or come to both if you really want to. So
exactly. They're both vegan food tours.
Mm-hmm.
Each of them is about a week.
Yep.
And it's going to be a very, very fun time.
And
we're going to eat a lot.
There's still some spots left on both.
So the links are there. And yes, we will mention it until it's sold out.
Until it's sold out, guys. It will be every episode. You're welcome.
I mean, I am a travel influencer after all, right, Daniel?
Apparently you is now, Rose. This is your new claim to fame. It's Cheap Lazy Vegan and vegan food traveler.
Cheap Lazy Vegan Travels. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, come join us. And what else?
Also, guys, if you're not already, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/thesavagepodcast.
Yeah. For the exclusive content. Every episode a week earlier than everybody else.
Yep.
And ad-free content. Okay.
Yeah.
Check out our March exclusive. We talked about the Cosmic Skeptics No Longer Vegan video.
It was our response.
We actually reacted to that video. So if you want to hear our thoughts on that, you can check out the March exclusive for Patreon. Anyway, what stories do we got going on today?
Damn, guys, we got a lot coming your way.
As always, the news never stops.
It never stops. A lot of it is U.S. focused today, guys. I think it is a lot of the time.
I mean, do we ever talk about any other country?
No, I do feel like because the U.S. is such a big powerhouse, any story that happens in the U.S., like everyone just hears about it.
Yes.
It's not like something happens in Canada and maybe people hear about it, but it's not like a big thing. Whereas like the U.S., it's like, goddamn.
The world is very U.S. centric as well.
It is.
So yes, we are very, and also we're right next to the U.S. and we're the little, we're the big little,
We're the little house on the prairie.
what the fuck? We're the Great White North.
Yes, we are. Yeah. Have you not heard that before? Little House on the Prairie? It's a TV show or something.
I know, but is that what they call Canada?
No.
Exactly.
I was just thinking because we're in the prairies, so we're like Little House on the Prairie. Anyway, guys.
So I guess we got a lot of stories.
We sure do. So I think.
Which one are we gonna start with? Which doomsday topic are we gonna talk about today?
Well, I thought we could talk about this one because this is a subject that's very close to my heart. As many of you realize or know, especially if you're in Canada, you know that marijuana is legal here now. So
yes,
we have.
It's been legal for quite a few years now.
It has, yeah. I think before I even moved back, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's been a while, but anyway.
I think it was 2018 or something when they legalized it officially. and before that, everyone was still smoking it anyways, but now it's officially legal.
Exactly.
And there are weed shops all over Canada.
Exactly. It's nice. I had a roommate that was from Australia, and that was one of the things that he was like shocked about, because I guess in Australia, like,
I'm surprised it's not legal in Australia
apparently
yet.
it is for medicinal purposes.
Right.
That's just been recent, I think. Any of our Australian listeners can comment on that. But like for recreational use, it's definitely not.
Really?
Yet. Yeah, because that was one of the things that he was talking about when he was here. He's like, oh my God, it's so cool that I can just like go to a shop and just like
literally buy
get
weed.
some weed. And it's not like I'm like have to go to the local dealer and it's all like kind of like under the table. Like,
yeah. And you don't have to have a little card that says that you're, you know,
that you need it for medicinal purposes. But this is what's so crazy, right? Like obviously, like just thinking about that for a second, like approving something for medicinal purposes, like for like a substance like marijuana. It's like, okay, well, it clearly has some good impacts or good things for you. It's different than like, I feel like it's different than like a painkiller or something like that. Although it is said that it helps with deal with pain and stuff, but I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know.
I was like, I don't even know what I'm talking about right now, guys. I'm tired.
God damn, Daniel. Okay, let's talk about the story, okay?
The story, guys.
Focus, Daniel,
okay.
focus.
God, I'm feeling like all over the place today. It's because I haven't smoked any weed. No.
Oh, yeah, because that helps you focus.
It really does. I'll be like really like into it, you know? So, guys, I guess there was a vote in Oklahoma. And I guess with 90% of the ballots were counted as of Tuesday. That was last Tuesday, March 7th.
Yeah.
63% of voters rejected the proposal. So I guess there's a proposal to legalize recreational use for people over 21.
Oh my God.
Why though?
Because people have this weird thing about weed. You know,
so in
and also it's just still so weird to me that the legal age in the U.S. is 21.
I know.
Anyway, continue.
But I guess in Oklahoma right now there is a lot of licenses that have been approved for medicinal marijuana businesses.
Okay.
So like you can use it for medicinal purposes.
Yeah.
But you just cannot use it for recreational.
Oh my God.
Yet.
It's just literally the dumbest thing because,
I know.
Well, first of all, it's not that surprising. It is Oklahoma. So, you know,
yeah,
pretty sure that's, you know, pretty conservative state.
Yeah.
So it's not too surprising, but at the same time, it's fucking stupid because marijuana is probably the least harmful drug out there.
Yeah.
When it comes to, like, if you look at like the list of drugs, okay, alcohol is a lot more harmful than marijuana.
Yeah.
So it literally makes no sense.
This is what's crazy. It's crazy because like if you think about like the drugs and all the different stuff, all the different substances out there, alcohol is like so bad.
It's
like
so bad.
Like, you know, we talk about this and obviously we both like enjoy drinks and we have a glass of wine here and there, a bottle sometimes, maybe two, maybe three. The thing is like you get blackouts, you feel like shit. And there's this like it's funny because I think we talked about this on another episode with alcohol. It's like if I wake up on a Saturday and I'm texting one of my friends and I'm like, oh guys, I'm just dying from a hangover. There's like jokes. They're like, oh my God, that's so funny. Like go get some like fast food or something to help with your hangover. Whereas if I'm like, oh, I'm, you know, having some kind of reaction to like some, you know, crack that I took last night. Yeah. And I'm feeling like all kind of people will be like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Like, are you all right?
Exactly.
Like, so it's like, it's weird.
I know. But marijuana is, you know, it's literally probably the least harmful thing out there.
Yeah.
Not that there isn't any side effects. I'm sure there are. But it just makes no sense. And like, why does it matter if it has, like, why does it have to be medicinal? Why does it have to be medicinal? What is the reasoning?
Exactly.
Like, it's so dumb.
What I don't get to, like, I mean, obviously one of the side effects that for me personally with marijuana is like, I do feel like I just become like, not lazy, but like just,
oh yeah. I mean,
you don't want to do anything. Yeah. So if you're doing it all the time, like it's not going to be good.
Yeah. Like it's definitely not good to do it all the time for sure. And like, it does have certain like negative side effects. Like there are some cases where like it can cause like, or if you already have like, I think that I could totally be wrong, but I heard that if you already have like if you're predisposed to like get like schizophrenia, for example, and they say if you chronically use weed, then that could actually like potentially add to that.
Which I could see.
Yeah. So there are certain things. And one side effect that I notice when I'm like really high is like, I don't like, again, I do it like literally before sleeping.
Yeah, me too.
So, but sometimes I'm like, I do it and then I'm like, I cannot have a thought for more than like a second before I like forget what I was thinking about.
Oh yeah. That
right?
happens to me all the time.
And that used to like freak me out because I was like, is this normal? And then I would ask everybody, they're like, no, that's completely normal.
I'll be like watching a movie.
Oh, you have to rewind.
And then I'll be like, I don't know what's going on anymore. Like I've like completely lost the plot. Like, And then I'll like finish and I'm like, I have no idea what that movie is about.
I wonder if that fucks with our brains.
I don't know. And like thinking use. Yeah, it's like that and like definitely like lazy, forgetful.
You become one with the couch.
And you know how you mentioned about like if somebody is predisposed about schizophrenia, one thing that does happen, it doesn't happen very often and it never gets really intense, right? Like if you start thinking about something like if I start thinking about the universe or something like this, I get into like a really deep rabbit hole really quickly and it can kind of scare me sometimes. Not scare me, like I don't get like terrified, but I could see why if someone was like schizophrenic or predisposed to that, like you can get into like a really messed up mind space.
It makes a lot of people paranoid.
Yeah.
So some people don't like it because of that. I don't actually like it when I'm like, I don't like to do it outside of my home because then I get a little bit paranoid. I think you would get paranoid. Because like imagine like it makes sense, right? Because like if you can't keep a thought for more than like a second and you're out, it's like that's a very strange feeling.
Yeah.
You know?
So apparently in the US, and I didn't realize this, it just says in this little thing here, but it's a lot of these conservative states, I guess this is one of them. This is one example. They're blocking the efforts of like trying to expand legalization. So I guess there's currently 21 states in the United States that allow recreational use.
Okay. Yeah. I think like California, I think Colorado. I'm not sure what else.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess. But this is another thing that's kind of like weird in the US. It's like
I know everything is state based.
Yes.
I know.
I like don't get it.
It's like tiny little countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like here, it's like we have some things that are like provincial, but like things like something like marijuana use. That would be like a government.
Yeah. And
issued.
like our provinces are not as like. So yeah, like it's not as much like the US where like everything is decided by state.
Yeah.
Because here, like, yes, for example, we each have our own like healthcare. Yeah. But at the same time, we all like federally have public healthcare. But each, province kind of like, I guess, manages the healthcare or whatever.
Yeah.
So there are certain things, but it's like, I think with most big decisions, it's kind of on a federal level.
Yeah. Although some of them, like you could argue, because like I know drinking age in Canada is varied from province to province.
Drinking age is literally either 18 or 19, depending on the province. So that's one thing, which is also very weird. I don't know why we do it like that. And also, but like most things, I think, like for example, marijuana, that was just the entire country. Like it wasn't like, oh, like each
Alberta's
province.
Legal now, and this province is not. And it's
so
like,
I don't know. I guess like the U.S. system is very different in that regard, which is why they call it the United States of America.
Of America.
Yeah.
Land of the free.
Land of the free, but they don't allow marijuana.
No recreational.
No abortion. No.
Yeah. That actually brings us to the next story.
Oh, God. Rose. Anyway, so legalize marijuana, people.
Legalize it. Well, I think a lot more people would be a lot more happy.
I think so. People would be a lot more relaxed. It's a very relaxing, and it also helps with sleep.
That's why I like to use it.
That's the thing. It literally can knock you out, and you can have the best sleep.
Exactly. Like I wouldn't like go to work and do it. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be like something like this.
Do.
I know.
And I think that's the concern. But obviously, like, there's some people that get drunk at work too. Doesn't mean, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that is a problem. But
doesn't mean that you should be doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just because like some people might abuse it doesn't mean that it should be illegal.
Exactly.
And literally people still smoke it anyway.
I know. This is the crazy thing to me. That's why I think honestly, we've talked about this so many times on the podcast, not just about marijuana, but like I think, and I know like some, like actually BC is talking about, was it BC or somewhere that's like decriminalizing a lot of like harder drugs?
Yeah, I think it was BC, yeah.
Where it's like not necessarily legal, but I'm like, it also like, it helps kind of like, not prevent the problem, but like things can get better when it's decriminalized. You have less people in the system, blah, 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 a lot of different reasons. So I'm like really an advocate. I'm not saying that like, oh my God, everything should be legal and it should be fine across the board. But like, I feel like there should be a big movement around decriminalization of a lot of like, substances.
Yes.
So
yes. Yeah. Marijuana.
And you know what I think the fear is? A lot of people think it's like the gateway drug. They're like, oh, it leads to like other stuff. Which
you know what's the gateway drug? Alcohol.
Yeah.
Like it makes no sense. Trust me. Like usually, here's the thing. Okay, in a situation where people are getting very drunk, there's a lot of situations where people start taking out the cocaine.
Yep.
Start doing the cocaine. I've literally never seen somebody smoking weed and then all of a sudden shooting up heroin or like sniffing cocaine. Like it just does not happen.
Yeah.
I know that they say like, oh, once you do that, you're going to do it next. But again, alcohol is very much probably worse of a gateway drug than marijuana.
Yeah. Because marijuana, like guys, honestly, like it's just like, I think not that obviously I'm very much an advocate, but I'm like, it just chills you out. Like you don't want to do anything else. You just want to like,
you just want to chill,
melt into the couch and like have a pizza.
Yeah. And like stoners are literally just like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
world peace.
World peace. God damn,
Like, you're just watching TV. You're not doing, like, the worst thing you could say about marijuana is that, yeah, like your brain gets a little confused, and you might get a little paranoid, and you might eat a little bit too much.
God damn, the eating.
Oh God, the munchies are bad.
Oh.
Actually, maybe it is a good idea to keep it, in the United States, where they be dealing with a lot of problems
obesity.
with it.
Mm-hmm. This will not help the obesity problem. The obesity crisis.
This is true. But actually, on the other hand, for people that have, like, again, some kind of sickness where they might have loss of appetite, marijuana can also be very helpful with that.
There we go.
So if you really cannot, like, you can't eat anything because whatever, right? You're stressed or you have a sickness. Marijuana is very helpful with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Anyways.
God damn. So
we be a bunch of stoners.
Yep. I
The
mean,
thing is, I used to, like, never smoke weed. Like, it was like every, like, maybe once a year. Okay. And I was never like a huge fan of, because I think it's because every time I did it, it was like in a situation where I don't necessarily enjoy it. Like, I'm in a party or something and I just get tired and I just want to sleep. Yeah. So I just want to go home. So I hate going out. So now I know exactly what situation where I like enjoy it.
I'm the same.
And I wouldn't do it. Like, if I was at a house party and people, and unless like I was going to like sleep there or like chill there for a long time, like I just wouldn't do it.
Exactly. No, I'm the same. Cause I'm like, you realize afterwards, you're like, that's not the place, at least for me. Some people love that.
Exactly.
They'll go to a party and they just like want to smoke it and be like super chill at the party.
Yeah.
But like for me, I'm like, if I'm at a party, I'm like, hey.
Oh, you know what? I heard somebody told me, I think I was on a date and this guy told me, he was like, it's because, so the reason why, cause you know how like some people, they like love to do it at a party. Yeah. And I can't remember exactly how he explained it.
Does it have to do with social anxiety?
Something like that.
And it makes you less socially anxious?
Kind of. So basically, if you're already like a social, like extroverted person, I can't remember exactly how he explained it, but those types of people, when they do weed, they don't like necessarily enjoy it because, it, again, like, you know what I'm saying, right?
It calms you down. It makes you less wanting to engage
Whereas
with people.
like if you are already like a type of person, if you're like maybe socially anxious or you're introverted, you don't really like to talk to people or something like that, then actually it might help in that situation.
That's funny because again, my Australian friend that came to Canada, he was very like, he said he was a very introverted person. So like he would like smoke weed to like, it would bring him, he would become more chatty basically.
That's so funny. I'm like literally opposite.
I know, me too. I'm like,
we're like, and then I smoke weed. I'm like,
I know. I'm just like, and then I like lose the plot. I can't even have I couldn't even have a conversation with you because I would forget what you said 2 minutes ago.
Seriously.
What are we talking about? I mean, I do that already anyway. But like with weed, it's so much worse.
I know. Literally, my brain is just like not happening.
Exactly.
Oh
God damn. So
we gonna smoke some weed tonight?
I'm mad. So guys, this is the next story, which is also U.S. focused. Oh God, honestly, these bills that are getting proposed lately,
it's so insane.
It's insane. I really.
What is going on, you guys? Are you okay?
I know. Is everyone okay down there, especially down in the southern states?
Yeah.
Because like, there's all this like anti-gay stuff as well right now, like don't say gay, so you can't teach about like gay stuff in school. There's like that law that's being proposed that's like gonna limit like talking about diversity and inclusion and shit. There's like another one that's being proposed around like drag queens and like they can't perform.
And this now,
one, and then also
this was the craziest one.
This is the craziest one. Then recently we had that overturning of the Roe versus Wade with regards to like abortions. Another bill that's being proposed, again, because these people don't have better things to do with their time.
Literally.
So in South Carolina, I guess that they're proposing a bill that could subject women who have abortions to the death penalty. Those convicted of murder in South Carolina can face the death penalty or a minimum of 30 years in prison.
Murder?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
So I guess they're pushing for legislation that would make a person who undergoes an abortion subject to the state's homicide laws, because technically they're killing a person, which could include the fucking death penalty.
It's literally the most insane thing I've ever heard.
I know.
The South Carolina Prenatal Equal Protection Act would ensure that an unborn child who is a victim of homicide is afforded equal protection under the homicide laws of the state. The bill would define a person as an unborn child at every stage of development from fertilization until birth. Are these people insane? Holy shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Under South Carolina law, people convicted of murder can face the death penalty or a minimum of 30 years in prison. I actually cannot. Like, I don't even know what to say. I feel like we've like...
we keep talking about this, guys, and we keep saying about how I feel like the world is in such a weird place lately. And all of these like proposals, these bills, things that are like they're trying to pass and stuff, it really feels like we're taking a step backwards.
About 15,000 steps back.
I know. It's like, this is actually scary. Like, you know, this is meaning like if this ever, like if it does go through and gets passed, like women in South Carolina would be subject to the fucking, potentially the death penalty or 30 years in prison. As if they don't have enough people in prison already.
I know.
Like,
as if that's like, why do you need? Oh my God, I actually can't.
Isn't this crazy?
This is the most insane shit I've ever heard. I mean, I don't think it's gonna pass.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, who the fuck knows.
I hope not.
I really would like to think that this is not gonna pass because this is the most insane shit I have ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
We know, come on, it is not the same thing. Whether or not you believe abortion is wrong, you have to acknowledge that it is not the same thing as killing an independent person. Yeah. This is a person that is literally surviving off of another, like of a woman's body.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, you can't, what the fuck?
I know. It's
crazy. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's crazy. So there is an exception in the bill, which says if the mother's life
aren't they merciful?
Yeah. Praise be.
Blessed be the fruit, Daniel. Yes. Blessed be the fruit.
May the Lord open.
Oh my God.
But it says here that like if the woman's life is threatened, right? If you know.
Oh, a woman's life is threatened. Remember that moment?
I do remember that moment, guys. I don't know if you guys...
Like if somebody was threatening her personally, Daniel?
This is like, honestly, I had like the dumbest moment when we were like talking about this. We've talked about this a few
abortion,
times.
Like a long time ago.
And one of the exceptions or whatever was like if a woman's life is threatened. And you know, sometimes, you know, when you like hear something, but you think of something else because you're just like not thinking properly.
Were you high, Daniel?
I was not.
Did you smoke some... Mary Jane?
I did not. And
some ganja. Isn't it called la ganja in Spanish?
Yeah.
Ganja?
I don't know if that's Spanish though. I can't remember. It might be.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
But I remember like talking about this and it was about this like woman's life being threatened. And in my mind, I was like, oh gosh, who's threatening this poor woman? Like, you know, this person's threatening her. And then I remember you be like, better get it.
I was like, Daniel, it means if she's in danger
of like complication.
Yes.
But like, I just think about all these other instances. Like,
what if it was a teenager that like, come on, these
or
people,
like, they're a victim of a sexual assault, or like there's so many different things, or
the condom just broke, like fucking hell,
or they're not wanting to like, or they don't have the financial resources. You know what I mean?
See, that's the thing. Again, like we say the same thing every single time. It's like, I bet you anything South Carolina does not have a very good program when it comes to, you know, women that have children that can't financially afford to take care of them. Mm-hmm. There are so many instances where people really should not be having children.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, but that is just the truth. There are so many cases where parents are just not fit to be parents. What are you going to do? Are you going to adopt all the unwanted children? Like, what the fuck are you going to do?
But they don't, right? Like,
exactly.
It's like there's a... Oh, God.
The measure whose lead sponsor is State Representative Rob Harris, fuck you, Rob Harris, doesn't include any exceptions for rape or incest.
Yep. So you
literally got raped
by
your uncle.
Yep. You have to have this baby.
If you don't have this baby, you will face death penalty.
It's so fucked. It honestly...
It's literally Handmaid's Tale.
I know. I was just...
Yes.
It's like literally like you're in fucking... Like, it's like the woman does not have an option. She has no fucking choice.
This is literally the craziest shit.
I really hope this doesn't get passed.
I really, you know what? I have enough faith that, you know, that it's not going to pass. I think this is the most insane thing I've ever heard.
It's actually like...
This might be the worst thing we've heard for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This proposed bill down in South Carolina. Apparently, I'm never going to South Carolina.
Like, what are you fixing? What problem are you fixing?
I know. This is another thing too. Like, literally, these politicians and these lawmakers are wasting fucking time chatting and coming up with these weird rules and things that literally there's way larger tofu to fry. You know, there's so much more tofu.
There's so much more tofu.
Yes. Like,
I just don't understand.
Like maybe like, I don't know, tackle some actual real issues. Like, you know, the crazy inflation that's happening, the crazy like homelessness crisis, the like just so much other shit that
I just need to know though, do we think that they actually care about the unborn child? Like, do we take them at face value, or do you think that they're just trying to control? Or do you think it's a little bit of both?
I don't know, because I would argue, I don't know. It's a tough one because, like, for example, and I don't know if it was you that sent me that video, but just to give an example, but like there was this video of people outside like of an abortion clinic or whatever protesting, being like, you shouldn't kill these, you know, you shouldn't have an abortion, you shouldn't do this. And then one of the ladies or people that worked at the abortion clinic like came out and was like, well, like, what are you guys doing to support these women? How many children have you guys adopted that need adoption and like, you know, from all these situations, and like none of them had. Exactly.
It's like, I do believe that some people do genuinely think this is like a murder, but at the same time, it's like, A, you're deluded. B, you can't just care about the fetus when the fetus when it's a fetus. Okay, it's the same. Like, this is so frustrating. It's the same people that don't want to like have, you know, enough of a social safety net for these people that have babies, so that we prevent. Because like the real things that can prevent abortion are, you know, obviously having a large social safety net where people have access to resources once they have a child. Okay, this actually helps prevent abortions because people actually feel more confident to actually take care of the baby.
Exactly. But like, we know that we're in an inflation crisis. Cost of living globally is going through the roof.
Yes.
So people, like women that are getting pregnant, however it's happening, and they're like, shit, like I can't even afford my own life right now. I can't afford to have a child. I can't, you know, the costs are too expensive. Yeah. I get no support from the social state. Like
they don't have mandatory paid maternity leave.
Exactly. I don't get maternity leave. I don't get any of this shit. Like literally all this is going to do is like negatively impact my life. Maybe not negatively, but like in many aspects. And I'm just not ready to do that. I don't want to do it. I don't have maybe it's like, what about for all these women where their men just like leave them and stuff? Like they're by themselves now. They don't get, and then on top of it, half the time trying to get child support, that's not guaranteed either. So even if it's like a one night stand or something else, it's like trying to get child support from those people. The state's not going to help you with that. They'll sign a thing that says he has to pay child support. Maybe he never does. Oh my. And you're by yourself.
Some people just cannot be parents. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like, do you really, like, there's so many traumatized kids that that have been neglected, abused, just not taken care of properly because their parents were not suitable parents. And then, of course, sure, you could just, these people talk like, oh, it's just so simple. Just put them up for adoption. As if you don't already have a fucking overrun foster care and adoption like system. Like, as if you don't already have enough orphans in this fucking world.
I know.
And like, we all know the statistics, like for people that are raised in the system, they're just much worse off. They're much more likely to like have all kinds of fucking problems.
Yeah.
And what are you doing to support those kids? Like, it's just so fucked up. Like, I cannot believe this.
I know, it's frustrating. I know, it's like beyond.
I just don't get it. Why do you want more? Like, you're gonna raise fucking more psychopaths. I'm sorry, like, or like not psychopaths, like people that are so fucking demented. You know what I mean? Like, because you're not. They're not going to get the support. A lot of people, again, because they're not fit to be parents, they're going to raise kids that are not, you know, suitable adults, and then they're going to have all these mental health problems. And then they're going to have filing. Like, it just leads to so many problems. So, like this,
it's a vicious cycle.
I'm so mad.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's great. Fantastic. Yep. Love that for us.
Another great story.
Another great story coming from the US of A.
Goddamn. Now, kind of taking the lens back and looking back at Canada.
Okay, damn, what be going on, Daniel? What story you got?
So basically, guys, for those of you not in Canada, maybe you know about this, maybe you don't, but obviously we talked about like how obviously inflation has gotten out of control. Like, it's like crazy around the world. It's, you know, supply chain, the prices have gone up, blah, 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 blah. So it's forcing other, you know, companies to put up the price. Now, what's happening in Canada, though, is a couple of our big grocery retailers, because they're publicly traded companies, they have to post like, you know, their financials, their profits, all this kind of stuff. And basically in a time where, you know, a lot of Canadians now are having to like make choices at the grocery store that maybe they didn't have to before, where it's like, ooh, can I afford this, you know, red pepper? Actually, I'm going to get a green pepper because it's like 50 cents cheaper. You know, like they're having to make these decisions because of how expensive everything's getting. And basically the Canadian government decided that they were going to host this like not referendum, but like basically bring forth a lot of the like senior leaders, so CEOs of some of the large grocery chains, and just question them on what's going on. So like,
And what happened?
Basically.
So it says grocery CEOs push back at price gouging allegations. Yeah. Why do we have a bunch of fucking psychopaths that are running the goddamn world?
I don't know. So basically the heads of Canada's biggest grocery chains push back all the allegations. So basically what had happened was like a lot of the policymakers and stuff and a lot of the politicians were just like asking them questions like, okay, explain like what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And the guy that's the CEO of Loblaws, who, by the way, net worth of him and his family is like $8 billion.
Of course
so
it
someone
is.
very out of touch with reality.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know what, guys? Like, he's like, the way our supply chain and all the costs of the supply chain have gone up in the same amount as we've put up the prices or something like this. And he goes, from a $25 bag of groceries, we only make $1 of profit. Now,
he said this?
Yeah, he said this. He's like, from a $25, because he's like, this is our like profit margin or whatever. Maybe that's their net profit. But like, interestingly, which a lot of people, there's been a lot of backlash on that particular statement because people are like, well, if you're saying you're only making $1 of profit, that's after you're deducting your crazy executive salaries, all this other shit, all these bonuses, all this other stuff. Then you get to your net profit level. So of course you can say, hey, you know what?
Yeah, because you're paying yourself.
Exactly, because you're paying yourself. And then it was quite interesting though because who was the politician that we saw in Toronto? Remember we saw him like out for coffee?
He's the leader of the NDP.
Yes, what's his name?
Oh God.
So he
yes, we know who. Yes.
We know what we're talking about. Anyway, he was like really pushing.
Yeah,
he was like really pushing the issue, and he kept like asking like the CEO of Loblaws basically. Yeah. And it was interesting because even the conservative, like more conservative,
oh really,
MPs and stuff, they were like, I get it. They're like, you guys are, having to raise some of your prices because of inflation.
Jagmeet Singh.
That's who we saw. Yeah. And she's like, we get that you have to raise some of your prices because of inflation, but she's like, you're also profiting like excessively. Like you've made excessive profits. You've made huge bonuses and stuff for you guys. And yet, so you probably could have afforded not to increase the cost of some of these groceries. Yeah,
the most obvious statement of life.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
They need to show the numbers before the bonuses.
This is the thing. So there's like a big because I guess they have to post some of the stuff, right? Like they have to post their financials. But there's some stuff like
they can keep secret
that they don't necessarily need to disclose. So I think they're putting pressure now to say, hey, like, because basically what happened with this, and this is why a lot of people in Canada were like, okay, what the fuck? Because they asked all these questions. All of the CEOs obviously denied it. They're like, nope,
of course,
we're under pressure.
Even though prices for food purchase at grocery stores increased by 11.4%. 11.4%.
Yep.
Continue.
And yet, again, just in Q4, like right before January, that, Loblaws, for example, in Q4 made like, I don't know, $529 something million in profit. Oh, so God. It's like actually you could afford not to increase the prices in January. Like, yeah, maybe you might not make as much profit, but this is one of the problems with
what we talk about all the time.
Yes.
The C word.
Oh God, the goddamn C word. And I think the frustration, and I think a lot of people are like this, like it's just that these CEOs of these grocery companies are just so out of touch. And they keep arguing, all of our profit margins on food are razor thin. We're barely, You are
a fucking billionaire. Are you fucking kidding me?
I know.
Are you fucking kidding me? First of all, it says inflation was about 5.9%, which is already insanity. Yeah. Okay? But why is then price at grocery stores double that? Yeah. Okay? Explain to me the difference. And second, how are people so psychopathic? Like, I don't understand these people. You are already a multi-billionaire. How much more money do you need? How much more do you need? There are people that cannot feed their kids properly. And you need to collect an extra $1 billion for what?
Yeah.
You're going to die in 20 years. What the fuck are you going to do with all that money?
I know. It's actually crazy.
Daniel, you'll be raising my blood pressure with these stories today.
I know. I'm so sorry, bro. God damn. But
and I got another one that's going to raise both their blood pressures after.
God damn. But like, I think the frustrating thing is, again, you have these companies like, and I think the mass public, and it's not just here in Canada, like in the UK as well as another example of, energy prices, for example, in the UK skyrocketed. They went through the roof. And at the same time, those energy companies are posting record profits.
It's just insane.
Exactly. So it's like, again, there's that question like, okay, how much of this is inflation? And like, also, if these companies are making record profits, like maybe they can afford to make a bit less of a profit and ease some of the pressures that they're causing with inflation. Like, I don't know.
I feel like we live in this world where it's like we are people that are always rewarded are literal psychopaths.
Yeah.
Like this is not normal because like these people clearly do not give a shit about people like potentially, you know, not being able to afford food. We're talking about food.
I know. But
okay?
this is the problem when you privatize like
this is what I'm saying. Even with gas and you know, people being able to, like, I saw all these stories about people like having to turn off their heating because they couldn't afford, because in the UK they had like just bumped up those energy prices. And yes, some of it's to do with the war and all these things.
Of course, yeah.
But like, let's be honest, that's not why. Okay,
exactly. That's not the only reason. Yeah.
But like, imagine being so psychopathic that like that's where you want to make like an extra profit.
Yeah, but I think the problem is, again, we're in this capitalistic society where we've privatized a lot of these commodities that we need for like.
So that's the way you win in capitalism.
Exactly, and like to these companies, they're like, honestly, separate from the human side of it, right?
Yeah.
Like the goal of a company is to drive profit and growth for shareholders, right? And regardless of what company you're in, whether you're in a grocery food environment, whether you're natural gas or whether healthcare or you're a bar, well, you know what I mean? All of your whole goal is to continually grow money or like grow your profits. So like,
and they've separated the fact that some of these things are necessities for life.
Because like, for example, like I'm sure like the CEOs of these big not oil and gas grocery stores, it's like they're looking at the bottom line, and to them they're like, yes, we're doing amazing this quarter. Our shareholders are happy. They're so far removed from the, you know, the single mom with two kids that's like struggling because the price of cereal has doubled in a day. Yeah. Like, it's actually crazy.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And imagine like we feel it and we live alone.
Yeah.
So imagine if you have a family.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You have a family, and not only, for example, like mortgage rates, interest rates have gone up.
Yeah.
So if you have a variable mortgage, which anyway.
Yeah.
If you have a variable mortgage.
Yeah.
And if you're like, both of you are working, and a lot of people, they barely have enough room as is, okay?
Well, a lot of people, like you said, before all this, like a couple of years ago, before inflation went crazy.
Yeah.
Like we were in a very like comfortable place in a sense that inflation for the last while has been kind of like.
It was kind of steady.
Yeah. Like it was still growing every year, but not quite as crazy. And like, you're right. A lot of people still at that time were living paycheck to paycheck.
Exactly.
So like, what the fuck happens when your salary, first of all, doesn't go up?
Stays basically the
same.
Stays
the same. All these costs are going up so high.
Oh my God. I actually cannot.
Yeah.
And then, not only are you paying extra potentially for your mortgage, and then now all these grocery bills are high. And let's say you have like 3 children.
Yeah.
It's like, there's 5 people you have to feed. What the fuck are you supposed to do?
I actually watched this really interesting thing on your favorite platform, TikTok. And it was I'm probably going to say this wrong, guys, but there was this like economist that the way he was speaking was like just so articulate. And I thought, I hope I can hit these points properly to like really hammer this home.
Yeah.
But he was talking about, and we kind of talked about this a few times in the podcast as well, but he was talking about how up until about the 1970s, right? Before that, there was like this period of like kind of like economic growth, prosperity, where, you know, families were making really good money relative to the cost of goods.
Yeah.
And like, you know, for example, a married man with a family with one income could easily afford a house. You know, all the kids would have nice things, all this stuff. And so a lot of the kids in that generation grew up with that kind of
pro-capitalist mindset.
Yeah, that kind of, hey, like we have everything that we need. We live a very nice bougie lifestyle. Maybe not bougie, but like a comfortable lifestyle.
Middle class lifestyle. The American dream, if you will.
And then what's happened is from the 1970s, we've seen this kind of separation where the cost of goods have just like gone up. And then our real wages or whatever have really gone up a bit, but they've kind of stayed a bit stagnant. And what he says happened, he's like, okay, well, when that happens, you have these, you know, people that are growing up and they are used to this certain lifestyle. So they have a couple options. They can continue to live that lifestyle, even though they can't really afford it, or they reduce their lifestyle and cut back their spending.
Which we know is very hard.
Yeah. So he said there's a couple things, and this was so interesting. He goes, okay, up until the 1970s, typically we had only one person working.
Yeah.
Right. So fast forward a little bit and it's like, you know, the wages aren't really increasing, but the cost of living is going up, but we still want to maintain that lifestyle. So now it's like, okay, well, now the women are going to enter the workforce.
Yeah.
So they were kind of able to offset that a little bit.
Yeah,
So now you have two
true.
incomes.
Yeah.
Cost of living keeps going up though. Right.
Yeah.
So then it's like, oh shit, we both are working, but now still it's getting more expensive.
Right.
So then they get another job. So you have people working two jobs,
Oh my
right?
God.
To make up that difference, right?
Yeah.
Then he says, well, you know, the mom is working two jobs, the dad's working two jobs, the cost of living's still going up.
Right.
So he's like, well, what happens? Then we start getting credit cards. We start living that way. And the way he was like articulating is like, and he's like, this is, and then he was talking about America, but like, I think it can be kind of
in Canada, same thing. Same
exactly.
Shit. Yeah.
So what had happened was for a while, again, to make up that income gap between your income and what your quality of life is that you're used to, you know, people
are
start
in debt.
Exactly. And then they start now, he's like, we're reaching this really interesting time where, you know, he's like right before COVID as well. He's like debt was at like consumer debt was at like an all-time high, you know, all of this kind of stuff. He's like, we're reaching this like breaking point. And then all of a sudden now we have inflation that had been kind of stagnant, skyrocket. And he's like, it's going to get crazy.
God damn, are we facing some kind of Great Depression situation?
I don't know.
Because like there's no way this can continue.
No.
Because it's like people cannot afford, like people are freaking out.
Yeah.
And with good reason.
Yeah. And like,
because that sounds like a dystopian nightmare and we're living it.
Exactly. And the thing is, guys, I don't know about you, but like even just talking amongst, and like, you know, we are fortunate enough that we have higher disposable income than a lot of people. But at the same time, my friendship group is generally kind of similar. Like we all kind of like have similar kind of disposable income, some less, more, whatever. But we're all talking about this now. We're all feeling the impact. Not saying that, you know, we're not, you know, certain.
Like we're still fortunate and most of our friends are fortunate.
Exactly. We're still very fortunate.
But we're still feeling, and I feel it in the grocery store.
Oh, in the grocery store, going out to eat now, like everywhere I'm feeling this where I'm like, holy shit, like I'm, you know.
And we're not the ones struggling compared to other people, right?
Exactly. Like I still, you know, I go to the grocery store and like now I'm starting to make a bit more conscious decisions because my grocery bill is going up and up and up.
Yeah.
But like, I still kind of get what I want. I haven't got to that point yet where I'm like, okay, I need to like really tighten the purse string.
God, it's really fucked up.
It's actually crazy. Like it's actually getting out of control.
And then it's like, and then you add in, you know, social media to the mix and now and all these advertisements and now we still want to buy all these things. We're constantly told that we got to buy this and we got to buy this and you got to get the new iPhone and the new MacBook and the new TV and this new car and blah 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 blah. And then but at the same time it's like, so we're literally used to, like our generation, we're very used to like getting a new thing when we need to. We got like we've started being the consumeristic generation, whereas like maybe a few generations before people were a little bit more frugal. But we're used to buying everything, no matter how fucking, you know, how much you're struggling. You all have a fucking iPhone. Everyone has a goddamn smartphone. But so it's like, so it's like that spending is so much worse. I mean, even think about the iPhone or like smartphones for a second. They're like over $1,000. They're like they're what, $2,000 for a phone? When we were teenagers, it was like 200. I thought 200 was crazy for a phone.
Exactly.
Now it's like that's the bare minimum now, like $1,500 for a phone.
And like honestly, guys, like, and again, I'm not like what's it called? I'm not like saying that you know, trying to like discriminate against people and stuff, but it's like, hey, you know what? $1,500 for a phone. It's like, maybe if you can't afford that, you don't get the smartphone, but we all get it. Right. We all get the
because
smartphone.
Now we have this like keeping up with the Jones. I mean, we have always had it, but it's like, it's even more accentuated now. Like we're so obsessed with shopping. Everything is like, again, with social media, we're always talking about new products and blah, 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 which can be fine. But then we have this culture where, again, and then they push the credit cards on us. They say, okay, well, if you can't afford it now, you can buy, you can pay for it later. And then your debt piles up. And then who's benefiting? The banks. You pay the interest to the banks.
And you know what's so interesting about the whole like credit card situation? Well, not just the credit card, but like also like, for example, I was thinking about this the other day. Well, it was another TikTok that I saw. Apparently, I'm also on there a lot now.
Well, maybe we should put a little limit on yours and see how many times you skip it.
But basically I saw this thing where this guy was talking about like in mortgages, basically trying to get a mortgage. And he was like, which again, this makes complete sense. He's like, why the fuck, when you try to get a mortgage, for example, let's say you've been renting for 10 years, right? You have a deposit saved, but let's say you don't have any credit cards or anything, but you happen to have been renting for 10 years and you have all those references. The bank can see every single month the money going out of your account into rent. So they know, and your mortgage would be lower or maybe similar.
Yeah.
So they know you can afford it.
I know.
But yet they'll be like, well, you don't have credit because you have no credit cards. You need to get a credit card. Like,
it's literally insane.
Just to prove that you can pay something that you've already been paying for years.
It's insane.
Like,
it's actually crazy.
It's wild. But anyway, I want to hear your fun-filled story. Ready
to be infuriated. I can't say that damn word.
How do you say it?
Infuriated.
Oh,
infuriated.
God. I don't know how to say it anymore.
Infuriated. There you go.
Sure. We'll go with that, Rose. We'll go with that.
Ready to be angry? There you go. Why do we complicate things?
Yeah.
So it's about one of our favorite conservative commentators.
Candace Owens.
Another favorite.
Who's our other favorite?
He sounds like a squeaky man.
Oh, fuck. What's his name? What's his name? Why can't I remember his name? Tell me his name. Ben Shapiro.
There you go.
Yeah. I knew it. It was on the tip of my head. I just couldn't remember. Ben Shapiro. Yeah. Our favorite, the one that had his poor wife.
Oh yes, the poor wife that is not enjoying herself in the bedroom. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So there was some talk. I don't know exactly why this discussion took place, but there was some talk about free school lunches. Okay, so I guess in U.S. is. I'm sure everywhere, but U.S. has a big problem with child hunger. Yeah. It's a big issue. Millions of children are, maybe going to. There. Okay. So maybe I'll play this. It's only a 40-second clip. Mm-hmm. So there's talk of, providing kids with free school lunches. Yeah. Because there's a lot of kids that are hungry, that are not eating enough.
I think there's some places that do this, that provide meals
absolutely
for kids.
There are. Yeah. Because, these are kids, first of all. Yeah. It is not their fault if their parents cannot afford. It's not really anyone's fault if somebody cannot afford food. Yeah. But especially if they're children, it's not like they can go get a job. It's not like they can get different parents. Yeah. These kids
are kind of stuck in that situation.
Exactly. And as a child, especially as a child, not eating enough is incredibly bad, right?
Well, it's actually, they've proven that it's detrimental to your development.
Of course.
If you're malnourished, even your brain, certain things, they just doesn't develop properly.
It's a huge problem, right? Yeah. So Ben Shapiro, because he's so fucking out of touch. Yeah. He made this. I'll just play it, and we'll have a discussion. Kay. Hold on.
Kids from hunger. When it makes sense to strengthen food stamps and have school lunch be.
Let me play this from the beginning.
If government can protect kids from the sick radical left, shouldn't they also protect kids from hunger? When it makes sense to strengthen food stamps and have school lunch be free, since some kids are in school lunch debt. If you are a parent, school lunches are not going to solve the problem of child hunger at any serious level. If there is a problem with children naturally starving, that is a child endangerment scenario in which CPS needs to be called. If you're talking about actual child starvation, the truth is it does not take that much money to feed a child. I know I have 3 of them. You should be feeding your child before you feed yourself. It's that simple.
Okay.
First of all,
first of all, it doesn't take that much to feed a child.
Is he fucking kidding?
I'm sorry, Mr. Millionaire.
Yeah. God, I hate these out-of-touch people.
Are you insane?
Yeah.
Not everyone is worth millions of dollars, my friend.
Exactly.
People are barely making enough to pay their bills.
Exactly. People legit, Ben Shapiro, you fucking asshole. There are people out there that are, like you said, switching off their fucking heat.
Yes.
Because they need to just decide between, do I pay my heat bill right now or do I buy my children groceries? Yeah. So they're fucking, kids, get your fucking parkas on in the house because I'm turning the heat off so that I can buy some fucking groceries. And the cost of groceries, like we just said, have gone, what was it in January? 11.9% just in fucking January.
No, I think it was over the year.
Yeah.
But either way, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, sorry.
And for him to say, it's so insane. First of all, these are the same people that are like, oh my God, we got to protect our children from trans people, from drag queens, same people. Yep. What's more harmful, a child not eating enough food or drag queens?
Well, you know what Ben Shapiro would say, drag queens.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you pretend to care about kids and yet you are he's literally saying, first of all, he's saying free lunches are not going to
solve the problem.
Yeah, maybe it's not going to fully solve the problem, but it's going to help a lot.
Exactly.
Because when a child is hungry, what's the most obvious thing to do? Feed the
them.
child. Okay.
And also, like, the thing is, he's saying, like, okay, it's not going to completely solve the problem, which he's right. It's not going to solve the problem. But you know what? It's going to help, because if the kid is going to school and at least getting lunches 5 times a week when they're at school, that is going to help. So it means, like, one, maybe their
parents can afford 2 meals.
Exactly. Maybe they can just afford dinner, you know, and breakfast. Like, maybe they can't afford to do the lunch, so they always are sending their kid there without lunch. So yeah, it can really help.
I can't. And for him to literally say, oh, so a child hunger situation, if the child is so hungry that they cannot afford lunch, then we should call CPS.
Yeah.
Are you fucking out of your mind? You're going to take a child away from their parents because their parents cannot afford to feed them? And same people that are anti-abortion.
Yes.
FYI.
Yes.
Anti-abortion people.
Oh my God. This is like, this whole podcast is coming full circle.
Yes. The same motherfucking people that want to criminalize or make it illegal to have abortions are going to sit here and say, well, if you can't afford to feed your kids, we're not going to feed them.
So let's get child protection services to remove them from the home and
CPS,
put them in the system.
As if CPS is not so fucking overrun.
Exactly. They're busy as fuck as it is.
Like, they can barely even keep up with actual abuse cases.
I know. It's
fucking insanity.
It actually, like...
And for him to say it's not that much money. Okay. So
I have 3 kids. I should know.
How does this make any sense? It's not that much money. So why are people not feeding? Like, you think they're just starving their kids on purpose?
I know. This
Maybe some psychopaths are doing that.
Yeah.
But, like, most people are not starving their kids on purpose. Like, why do you think they can't afford it, Ben, if it's not that expensive to feed them?
Yeah. It's actually fucking crazy to me. It's like, do you think that people are deliberately starving their children?
Oh my
like,
God.
do you think as a parent, like, if I was a parent and I couldn't afford to get food for my kids, do you think that makes me feel good as a parent?
Yeah.
Like, no, I feel like shit. I'll be like, fuck, like I can't, I have no money. Like, I have nothing. I can't afford to buy this shit because everything's so expensive and my, like, wage is so low.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah. So basically, if you get pregnant, you got to have the baby.
Yeah. Otherwise,
but if you can't afford to have the baby, they're going to take the baby away. And then what? We're just going to have a fucking, because there's, like, again, millions of kids that are, hungry.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to put all of them in fucking child protective services.
Well, then what's going to happen?
This man has millions of followers.
I know.
This is what's so fucked up. This man has millions of followers and a multi-million-dollar business.
It's crazy to me.
People take him seriously. That is so terrifying to me. It is so insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to end with another story.
Oh, God damn.
This one's maybe.
Is it a little bit more positive, Rose?
No, it's not positive, but it's maybe slightly. Well, it's not as. I don't know. I'll let you be the judge. I was gonna say it's not as, like, bad as the others, but I don't know.
God damn.
So Gwyneth Paltrow, you know the actress?
No, of course I know Gwyneth. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Do you know anything about, like, her
Gloop or Goop or whatever? Yeah.
So Gwyneth Paltrow she started this company called Goop a long time ago, I think.
Yeah.
And it's very known for being very it's toxic wellness culture. So basically just, like, selling products that aren't really scientifically proven, but it's very much like woo-woo sort of, oh, like, if you take this supplement, it's going to, like, do this and this and this, and, like, that kind of shit. Like, she also sold a candle that, like, smells like her vagine.
Okay.
And, like, she just kind of does, like, weird shit like this, okay? And she's also very, like, heavy into, like, I don't like to use this term a lot because I feel like it's thrown out a lot, but for sure, very heavy into, like, diet culture.
Okay. Yeah.
Very toxic, like, she pushes the bone broth and the fucking, you have to have the super powders in every meal or whatever the fuck, okay?
Yeah.
So she went viral recently because, I mean, already people knew how insane she was, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I know there's a market for everything, but, like, I'm not going to get a candle that smells like
Gwyneth Paltrow's vagine.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you're the target demographic.
Of course I'm not. But still, I'm sorry. I don't think anybody wants a candle necessarily.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who bought this, but that's insane.
It was a bestseller, Rose.
So she went viral over this clip. So I guess she did this interview. I'm not really sure who this person interviewed was, but this was posted on TikTok, and oh my gosh, it went viral because this woman is basically, so the guy asks, the interviewer asked, what is your like current wellness routine?
Yeah.
Okay. And then she basically says, I need to find like a direct quote here.
Yeah.
It's actually insane. So,
God, this kind of makes me sad because I don't know too much about her Goop stuff,
Right.
but I actually really like her as an actress. Like, there's a few films that I've really loved her in.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, but I guess
it doesn't take away from the fact that
no,
she's,
it doesn't. You can like someone separately for that and not like them as a person.
So basically, she's 50 years old, I guess, and she was asked to describe her current wellness routine. She said, "I like to eat dinner early in the evening."
Yeah, okay.
And then she says she does a nice intermittent fast, of course. So, which is okay, could be fine. Some people like it, great. And then she says the first meal of the day comes around noon. Coffee. At lunch, Paltrow said she likes a bone broth soup. So far she's had an early dinner. I'm assuming early dinner is what, like 5 p.m. I'm gonna guess. She hasn't eaten anything until 12, and she hasn't eaten anything but coffee. Yeah. And then at noon she has bone broth soup.
Okay.
And then she says for dinner she follows a Paleolithic diet, of course.
Of course she has.
Are we surprised?
Nope.
Basically saying she eats lots of vegetables. I think she said, yeah, she eats paleo. And then she says she also tries to do 1 hour of movement every day, either a walk, Pilates, or a Tracy Anderson workout. She uses dry brush on her skin and gets an infrared sauna. And that's basically all she mentioned. So basically, eats an early dinner, starves herself until noon, has bone broth for lunch, and eats mostly vegetables and a paleo diet for dinner. I counted one meal in there.
Yeah.
So that went viral because it's like, what are you saying?
Yeah, like you eat one meal a day.
And then she's like, at the end, she's like, it's very important for me to support my detox. Like, what are you detoxing from? You haven't eaten anything.
I know you have nothing to detox from.
I don't understand.
But also I'm like, oh God, she's
she is so insane.
Yeah.
And then the worst part is she also, she's sitting there and then the guy, I feel like they're both like similar because the guy was like very like, oh, I feel like, we're very like similar. And then he was like, I see you have an IV in at the moment. Have you heard of these like wellness IVs?
Is it like I've heard of IVs before, but the only one, I mean, obviously I know about an IV.
But like usually it's used in like a medical setting.
The only one I've heard of that like some people do is there's like apparently, I don't know if it's in Vegas or something, but you can get one for like a hangover.
Where
you get like a hangover and you go and you get like vitamin water. Like,
you get like electrolytes or something.
Exactly. Like I've heard of that before, but
yeah. So I guess she was like connected to an IV during this interview. And then she starts like she's like, oh yes, so like this and this and this is my favorite IV at the moment, but I also like this one, it's hard to get, but like it's my favorite IV, like it just makes me feel so good. And it's just, and then everyone's like, you know what else makes you feel good? Actually eating food.
Yeah.
And like getting in, because like you don't need, like nobody needs an IV to get nutrients unless you're having some kind of medical issue.
Yeah.
And it's like, until you eat some food, like that makes no sense, right?
But also just think about how like unhealthy that is to just like not eat at all.
That's the thing. That's what's like ironic about this whole like her wellness thing, right? It's like you're not eating anything and you're calling this like wellness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's so anyway, it went super viral and everyone's like making fun of her so much for it because it's embarrassing as fuck.
Yeah.
But she's always done this. Like it's like she doesn't give a shit or she doesn't listen or I don't like.
Like, especially like someone like her, like she could afford a nutritionist and they would probably tell her like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like bone broth for lunch, like any broth.
It's liquid.
If you have a broth for lunch, it's like having water. Like
it's literally water.
You're not eating anything. Like there's no like.
I know.
There's very limited nutrients, if any, in like a broth.
She says this. So I guess she defended her wellness routine.
Yeah.
And says she sometimes eats fries.
Well, there you go.
She said, it's not meant to be advice for anybody else. Yeah, well, maybe think about this when you are saying this shit on camera. And also, like, that's just...
And also part of your whole, like, Goop brand or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
You have a business where you sell wellness products.
Yeah.
So, yeah, people are going to listen to you, unfortunately. She says that Gwyneth Paltrow is clapping back at the haters. It's first of all, they're not haters, okay?
No, people are just like, what are you doing?
Literally, this is concerning.
Like, we're concerned for your health.
Literally. She's like, apparently she does occasionally eat fries alongside her bone broth and IV therapy. Oh my God. So so she eats the paleo dinner around 6 p.m., fast until noon, and then have bone broth for lunch, sometimes with fries. I cannot, how do you live? I guess through the IVs.
Yeah, because she has an IV. That's the only way she is living. That's her lifeline, literally.
Like I'm shocked that like you're not like
dead.
Yeah, you're not fainting more. Like I don't like this is just so like it's so fucked up. Yeah, I guess that's all she said. She basically said like,
like how many calories do you think that's a day?
Like, well, I don't know how much she's eating, but I assume she's not eating a big dinner.
Yeah.
So like, we're like what? That's like what 700 calories at best
a day.
She has to be eating more, but it just why would you say that then?
It's fucked up.
Like it's really fucked up. You have an early dinner and you don't eat breakfast. Mm-hmm. And then even if you had a lunch, again, it's Gwyneth. She's not going to have a big lunch. Let's be honest. Even if you had a lunch and dinner, like based on her Paleolithic diet with lots of vegetables, it's probably at very most 1,200 calories. Like it cannot be that much. And that's if she had lunch.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's saying it like she doesn't have lunch.
Fuck, that's so crazy. Well, her lunch is the bone broth.
Which is like probably what? 30 to 50 calories at best.
I don't even know. Like, I mean, it's just, I don't understand how you can stay full from that. Like, I would be so hungry.
Oh my God. That's
all
the
the
thing.
time.
Aren't you fainting? Like, you're running a business. I don't understand how you can do that.
I don't think, I feel like she's not telling the truth.
There's something, yeah, right? Like, I don't get it. It says, I think it's important for everybody to know that I was doing a podcast with my doctor. Is that the doctor? Anyway, so this is a person that I've been working with for over 2 years now to deal with some chronic stuff. Yeah, maybe it says, Paltrow said her long COVID has manifested as high levels of inflammation. So her diet focuses on non-inflammatory foods like vegetables, healthy carbs, and protein. She stressed her diet is based on her own medical results and that it wasn't meant as advice.
But it's not a diet, Gwyneth. It's literally you're not eating. Like you can't call it a diet when you have one meal a day.
Yeah. It says, this is not just, and it's really just what has worked for me. And it's been very powerful and positive. This is not to say that, I eat this way all day, every day. And by the way, I eat far more than bone broth and vegetables. I eat full meals. And I also have a lot of days, eating whatever I want and eating French fries or whatever. But my baseline I don't know what that means. My baseline, and it really has been to try to be healthy and to eat foods that really calm the system down. Okay, I do believe, I'm sure she is eating more than this every day.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that she said it.
Yes, and the fact that she's just so obsessed with this stuff. Like, oh my God, high levels of inflammation. I'm like, really? This is working for you? Barely eating? And like, as you get older, like the concern is like, as you get older, like this shit's gonna catch up to you even more.
As you get older, you need more nutrients and stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And you can tell like when somebody's like older and like she looks, I'm sorry, like I don't want to like make fun of her looks, but she does look a little bit malnourished. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if you're just having bone broth for lunch every single day and not eating anything else.
Like
I mean,
she doesn't look very vibrant as someone that like literally peddles this wellness shit all the time. Like, girl, you look like you're a little malnourished.
God damn, Roses.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, seriously? No. Like, I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Anyway, so that's Gwyneth Paltrow. She went very viral. Interesting. What do you guys think?
God, yeah. Tell us your thoughts, guys, on Gwyneth Paltrow and her bone marrow diet.
Bone broth, Daniel.
Sorry, bone
Not
broth.
even bone marrow. That would be physical food.
Right. and then some veggies in the evening.
Also, what's with this bone broth obsession? Like,
I don't get it.
Anyway, whatever. So stupid.
Anyway, guys, on that positive note, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to give this a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Comment in this comment section below about Gwyneth Paltrow's diet,
what you
think
all
about
of the
it.
other amazing, fantastically
Oh
positive
my God,
stories.
the great energy and stories. Guys, Rose is gone for a little while after next week, so we've pre-recorded a bunch of Am I the Asshole?
Yeah,
so get ready for
forward
those.
to those. We got some juicy ones.
Yeah, then those be coming your way shortly. Coming to a theater near you. Also, if you're listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform, hit that follow. You get updated as soon as we release new episodes. Check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/the SaVeg Podcast. There's lots of exclusive content on there. You get all ad-free content and all the episodes a week early. Also, last little plug, guys. We are going to Thailand and Bali. There's still some spots left on the trip, guys. So you can either join us in Thailand, Bali, or both if you want to. Links are all in the show notes below. That trip's happening in August.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening, guys. And we will talk to you next week with a pre-recorded episode.
We will.
Bye.
Bye.